Welcome to A Quest for Metal. We are halfway through the year because we are in June and we're going to be talking about the best albums of the year so far. So, as most of these lists go, I want you guys to put down below what's your favourite albums of this year. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? And what have I missed off? Because it's probably going to be a lot because I'm only going to do some of my favourites from this year so far. The end of the year list is going to be my actual list. So, without further babbling, let's get in with it with some of the best albums of 2022. So, I just recently talked about it. Let's talk about Bluehouse Nord with disharmonium undreamable abysses, which is one of the most nightmare-inducing fever dream trips in an album of all time. It is black metal, it is kind of avant-garde, it is taking you on a Lovecraftian journey through hell. And if that sounds amazing to you, then definitely give Bluehouse Nord's album a check out, because it was my favourite of the month this month, the last month of May, and I think it deserves your full attention. And yeah, try and sleep after it. Just try and sleep easy after it. You won't, I tell you that. Next up, for something heavy, we have Immolation, death metal legends with Acts of God. Acts of God, an amazing album. They're carrying on an upward trajectory with all the recent releases, Atonement being my favourite by the band, and this one pretty much just mirrors that and is almost as good. Love the riffs on here. If you like crunchy riffs, dark tones, amazing growls, then Immolation's Acts of God is for you, and it's one of the best of 2022. And now for something completely different, Ghost, Impera. If you want something kind of show-busy, you want something to dance along to sing along to have a little bit of a blast, some Scooby-Doo nonsense, then Ghost has you covered, because their latest album is really fun. Bags of fun. I love Ghost. I love every single album they've done, and this is probably one of the most fun. It's one of the most fun ones they've done. Really good guitar on it as well. Really good guitar work, cool solos, amazing choruses. It's Ghost. They can never do a bad album or song. Lots of people will argue with that. Lots of people, even subscribe to my channel, will start screaming at me for that. But what can I say? They're great. They're coming on this list. Next up, for something more progressive, melodic, beautiful, Amorphis with Halo, the latest Amorphis album following up from Queen of Time, which was a masterpiece, and this one, even better in my opinion. The songs just, they're a bit catchier, they're a bit catchier in my opinion. There's like a bit more of a hook on them. Every song, phenomenal, the guitar work, amazing, Tommy's vocals, better than ever, whole package. If you love your death metal melodic, bit progressive, bit moody, then Amorphous have you covered, and Halo's one of the best of the year. Something I don't talk about too much, we have Deathcore with Fit for an Autopsy, Oh What the Future Holds. This one is amazing. I've been loving Fit for an Autopsy for a while now. Sea of Tragic Beasts was phenomenal when that came out, and this one, again, might even surpass that. I don't talk about Core a lot on the channel, so when I say that this is one of the best of the year, you better believe it. You better believe it. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. They can't do any wrong. Them and Whitechapel, fantastic deathcore band. So I say give this one a shot. Now for some black metal is for me with Leaving This World, Leaving It All Behind. This was one of my favourites of the month when it came out, and it's still one of my favourites. Atmospheric black metal with a folky kind of edge. Beautiful passages, amazing screams. If you like your black metal, say, atmospheric like Ulver, or Elderwind, Eldamar, anything like that, Seor, Winterfellith, anything like that, you will love Izthmi, and I think this is one of the best. It's one of the best of the year, and it's 100%, this one's 100%, going to be on my end of the year list. Now for some robots, Voivod is next with synchro anarchy, and yeah, it is a fun blast. Voivod's back again with a progressive, spacey tinge to the music, and it's so weird, and it's so out there, and it kind of fits in with Bluehouse Nord. Like, you can imagine that, and then this is like the spaceship coming away from that planet. You got a good yin and yang there. But yeah, they nail it again. All their albums have been good, and this is another one to add to the collection. Voivod, fantastic. More black metal, classic band, Lord Belial, Swedish melodic black metal. So if you like your black metal bit more melodic, bit more heavy and groovy, then Lord Belial has you covered with Rapture, which is one of the most fun albums of the year. If you're into black metal. If you don't, then pass this one off, but I love it. I think it might get people into it. So, you know, fans of Dissection, fans of Immortal, stuff like that, you'll like Lord Belial. I think you'll love them. And this is one of the best albums of the catalogue, really. It's a great comeback album, and it's fun from start to finish, so check it out. Now for some punchy death metal with an edge, Venom Prison with Erebos. Venom Prison, really in your face. Cool growls as well by Larissa. Great front woman. I had the chance to see them as well, but I was drunk and passed out in a tent. But this year I'll see them. But yeah, love them. Great show, great live shows, and great album. One of the best of Venom Prison's career. Venom Prison have just been getting better and better, album through album, and this is another highlight in their career. And hopefully the next one's just as good, because this one's making it on the list. Next up, for something more symphonic, we have Septicflesh with Modern Primative. This one, which just came out recently, is so cool and unique. It feels like you're dropped into the Nile. You're in some Egyptian lands with this band screaming at you, and it's fantastic. It's very bombastic, very epic, very Nile-like. So if you like Nile, Flesh God Apocalypse, Behemoth, any bands like that, give Septicflesh's new album a chance, because it's like a mixture of all them into one perfect pot. Great choruses, great singing, great melodies, great album. So if you want something a bit trancey, a bit dancey, or a bit just sending you off into another zone, then Meshuggah has you covered. Of course they do. Immutable. The new Meshuggah album, every album they have is just something special. And this one's better than the previous two. I thought Meshuggah's previous two were pretty good, but nothing amazing. But this one, basically, mops the floor with both of them, in my opinion. Best one since Obzin. Love this album from start to finish. Really fun. Great for workouts as well. You'll know if you like it, if you like genty kind of stuff. This will put you in a trance, and you'll love it for it. Check it out. Shape of Despair is next, with Return to the Void. So if you're missing some doom, you want some funeral doom, action in your life, then Shape of Despair has you covered. You know, we've been having a lot of fun stuff, you know, some Meshuggah, some ghosts, some things to mosh around to, dance around to. Now it's time to cry, because this album is beautiful from start to finish. The vocals are amazing, the female vocals are amazing as well as the male vocals. It's heavy subject material, heavy music as well, dark, depressing, and it's glorious. If you like that stuff, check this one out. And last but not least, we have Rammstein's latest album with Zeit, which is a massive surprise to me, because I didn't really like the previous album. I didn't like it. I thought the songs in it, some of them were some of the best they've ever done, but the rest of it, okay. This is great from start to finish. Every song has its place, every song fits perfectly in the album, and every song is catchy as hell. Ramstein I know and love, back on form in my opinion. You might disagree, some people love the last album. Me, this album, way better. So this one's going on the end of the year list. Really enjoyed it, took me by surprise. So those are some of the albums, the best albums of 2022 so far. Do you agree with some of them? Do you disagree? Let me know down below what's your favourite albums of this year, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.